All right, good evening to you across the Sunshine State. It's time for the South Florida Blitz here. Right here on FortHSFootball.com and the FortHSFootball.com social media networks. Yes, indeed. Glad to have y'all on board here. Already seeing the comments already starting to pop here. Hey, well, wait a second. Reno, he actually made it. Told me he might have missed the South Florida show, but here he is. He's on. So, yes, indeed. How's everybody doing? If you got a comment, got a question, hit that comment box here inside the box right there, wherever you're following us at on social media. That be on Facebook, YouTube. That's at FortHS Football, or on X/Twitter at FLAHS Football. And you can send a comment, send a question anytime during the show. No guest tonight on this show, on the South Florida Blitz. Also, no guest on the North Florida Blitz. We'll do double rounds of Blitz lines because there's a lot of good stuff actually to talk about. And there's going to be a lot of commentary there from Reno, as you can see. Hello, Reno, sitting there. Hey, I made it show. There you go. 3 claps and a Ric Flair. Actually, is that 2 claps or 3 claps and a Ric Flair? Yeah, that's coming my way anyways. Yeah, there you go. And more commentary from Reno tonight during the show here. So appreciate that, Reno. How you doing? And Nolly, how you doing? Glad to see you. And sorry I missed the last shows last week. I had to make a trip to Carolinas to check on mom. And hopefully your mom is doing all right, Nolly. I know, kind of curious which part of up in the Carolinas your mom is at, because I know with everything still, the recovery from Helene, I know it has been rough up there along the Carolinas here. But yes, a lot going on and a lot to talk about between both shows. Then we'll have the Drive the State. Drive the State may start about 9:35. Trying to finish up a couple things with the Drive the State, trying to get that situated. But I've got everything situated out in terms of what the rankings look like, how everything is sorting out here. And I can tell you this, there's a lot going on. And Reno's like, Nolly's in the house. Yes, in Charleston, South Carolina, Nolly. Okay. All right. Hopefully everything's going all right for your mom. But Charleston, honestly, I have not been to Charleston, and I would love to go there one day. So Charleston, South Carolina, indeed. Looks like a nice place to visit. Definitely a lot of historical aspects to it. But regardless, with that said, it is time. It is time for a D Blitz lines as we roll into. How about John Carroll? Oh, no. And they are district champs. And how about that? They were 3-7 last year. And they definitely have worked hard. And you got to give it a head coach, Coach Michael Grudy. Mickey Grudy. Sorry, I'm saying Michael, and I see Michael in the chat here, and I'm going, oh, wait a second. I got to pop this up because Mark Cannon's in the house. Nolly and Mark Cannon is like, good to have you back, and glad to have y'all following and watching along tonight here. But back to John Carroll. John Carroll, 37, Sebastian Rivers, 16. And John Carroll, who was slated to be in, I believe, Class 1A when the reclassification happened, they got asked up to go up, and they got up to Class 4A, and they won 4A District 13. And but John Carroll, how about this? Looking at everything here that we got for John Carroll, I'm trying to Jeremy Pittman. How about this? Had scores of 10 yards, 54 yards, and 7 yards, and 196 yards. What a night for him in John Carroll's pursuit of the district championship. The Golden Rams, there you go again. 8-0, and they have a district title to go along with it, and they got Marathon, which I believe is a homecoming game this coming Friday night. Marathon, not too shabby, 5-3. They're actually in the world classification for the first time, and but we'll talk about more Marathon coming up later tonight. Drive the State show we'll go on probably about 9:35-ish. And around Eastern time, and we'll talk playoffs and everything, and we'll take that until about 10:30 tonight here on FortHSFootball.com. All right, Jensen Beach. How about Jensen Beach? They cementing a playoff spot here. with a 26-7 victory over Fort Pierce Central. Jensen Beach looking pretty good. Also in that district, 4A13 with John Carroll. Jensen Beach 6-2 on the season right now, and that win over Fort Pierce Central actually helped them out a little bit in terms of playoff positioning. So I got to give it up to the Falcons there. Good job there. And I like this because we're going to talk about this team in the pick six later in the tonight here. But how about this? Treasure Coast picking up steam now after that rough start, 0-6 start, and now Treasure Coast 36-14 over Centennial. And by the way, this now sets up the for a district title in District 7A11 coming up against Vero Beach. And again, that'll be on the pick six here. Vero Beach 4-3 right now. That hasn't played in a couple weeks. The last they were off this past week. Didn't have their week 8 game against Rockledge. That was canceled due to Hurricane Milton. And honestly, at this point, the question will be is if Vero Beach is going to be rusty or if Treasure Coast they're finally picking up the fire. I mean, tough schedule for the Titans, but will the Fighting Indians be ready for the fighting for the Titans come this week? And I see Nully's glad to be back, Mark. And the comments are chatting away, they're firing away. If you got a comment, you got a question, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, X/Twitter, or on YouTube, just hit the comment box, pop your questions in. Also, if you want to participate in the pick six, you can do that when we come up to that segment here in the next little bit. All right. Okay. This was on our pick six last week, and Jupiter edged Martin County 20-10, and the Warriors now they basically stopped. Alexa Freeman, Bishop Moore. We will talk about Bishop Moore in the Central Florida Blitz, which will air tomorrow night. Usually that would air on Monday nights, but we will talk about Bishop Moore on tomorrow night. This is the South Florida Blitz. So we have 4 shows here divided up into 4 different quadrants or regions, as we call them. And that's where you can find out more about Bishop Moore tomorrow night. But back to Jupiter edging Martin County. They snapped the Tigers' 5-game winning streak, and now with Martin County, they've got to be able to get ready and get their mindset because they have got a big district game with Palm Bay Heritage this week that will decide their playoff fate, because right now, as it stands right now in their district in class 5, in their region in class 5A region 4, as a kind of a preview, kind of a giving you a little bit of this is a hard count. I give hard counts here, and we're going to give you another hard count here, Reno. In terms of the playoff picture, Martin County and Heritage right now, their playoff fate determines basically this game coming up this week. And how about Cardinal Newman? They continue in their undefeated ways. How about this? 43-10 over Melbourne Central Catholic. And Jack Daniels, I mean, talk about what he is doing with his Crusaders. And I love that name, Jack Daniels, but as a head coach, that same Jack Daniels that coached Dwyer to a couple of state championships, by the way. How about this? 43-10, and they have just been really on a tear. A tear indeed, scoring over 40 points per game offensively, and they're holding opponents just under 7 points a game as we roll through the rest of the season here. And it's hard to believe we're already at week 10. I mean, how many of you who are watching have a hard time believing this is week 10? Of course, we'd say we only have this week and next week left. But no, we have this week, next week, and the following week left. So we have basically 3 weeks left of the regular season before we get into what I call the fun part of the season, and that is the playoffs. And honestly, I'm ready for the playoffs here to get here soon. So honestly, I would like for the playoffs to get here quicker, but the extra week is going to help a lot of teams get ready for the postseason. And honestly, that's how we're going to roll with it. All right. How about this? Speaking of undefeated teams, how about Glade Central? 21-17 victory at Sebring. And Nole says, Nole's like, it doesn't feel like week 10 with all the storms. And he said, yeah, I feel cheated too myself, Nole. So I absolutely with you on that one. And Reno's like, playoffs. Yes, playoffs. Yes, playoffs. Indeed. And Reno is agreeing we are cheated. I feel cheated. I feel cheated because I've missed 2 Fridays here out of the last, 10 weeks now. Yeah, 2 Fridays. Anyways, as we roll along here, Glade Central, I mean, they're 7-0 on the season. And honestly, I'll tell you this right now. We were going to expect a battle of unbeatens, but this coming week against Kings Academy. But Kings Academy, we'll talk about them coming up here in the next little bit as well. With Kings Academy, what happened there, because it is going to no longer be a battle of undefeated. Mark Cannon, yeah, I feel confused. Yeah, I think everybody's confused because it's like, wait a second. We had 2 hurricanes. We went week 6, week 8. We had hurricanes, and all of a sudden, it's all of a sudden week 10. So, yes, I feel confused too because all of a sudden, how did we end up at week 10? Well, I don't know. I just don't know. That's why I had to play that. Anyways, as we roll along here, as we talk about West Boca Raton, how about that? Going over there and blasting Bishop Vero over there on the left coast, or as the Gulf Coast. And Bishop Vero, how about West Boca Raton? An impressive meeting of those 2 teams last week. And honestly, West Boca Raton, how about this? They're on a roll to play against Atlantic, who they beat in the playoffs. And I expect Mark Cannon to jump in. Vero let me down. Defensive line seems to be faltering. I mean, faltering, yes. And honestly, I agree with you. 34-14 for the Bulls over the Vikings. They'll have their tune up of Palm Beach Gardens this week. They'll play Palm Beach Gardens this week. And of course, then they got Delray Beach Atlantic on week 11, and that'll be a dandy of a game right there. Now that Reno pick of the previews for week 11 for the pick 6 for week 11. That game will be on the pick 6, by the way. So Bishop but West Boca Raton and Delray Beach Atlantic. So there you go. All right, as we roll along here, how about this? Atlantic rising and challenging for the top seed in Class 5A Region 4. Just to kind of give you another hard count, another little snippet of what I'm talking about. Here's a preview of what you'll hear more after 9:30 tonight with the playoff, with the Drive the State show. I'll tell you this right now. Here you go. All right. St. Thomas Aquinas, 17.277. Delray Beach Atlantic, 17.261. You talk about a hair. Yeah, that's why Atlantic is rising, and they are challenging for that top seed. And they've had another 40.4 performance. And honestly, they're going to play Benjamin this week. They're going to probably have a challenge. They're going to get that. It's going to be a challenge for them. But I expect Delray Beach Atlantic to win that game against Benjamin, but not on the pick 6 week, because we got some other games to worthy picking of. And anyways, as I said, yes, Reno is saying dang on this because it is that close. 17.277 to 17.261. This is just a per of the FHA playoff power rankings, which came out kind of a little bit later today, which is why I am behind on on these, getting the graphics actually ready. So I'm kind of working on the graphics in between everything as we roll here and during the shows and in between the show breaks and everything like that. So yes, that's exactly what's going on here, and exactly why things are kind of just like, ooh, hey, there's been a lot going on, and but yeah, the FHA playoff rankings kind of came out a little bit later today than I expected, and a lot of people expected, because usually they're out by like 10 and 11 o'clock, but looking more like a play-by-play. Coach the Buck, good evening to you. See, glad to have you on here, and yes, talk about some Cardinal Gibbons coming up here after the water break coming up here in a moment, because y'all looked pretty good Friday night against Boca Raton, but anyways, we got to take a water break here. Yes, I should have put the water break here, but we're going to take the water break here. Yes, we are going to take the first water break number 1, and then we will be right back right after this here on the South Florida Blitz. We'll be right back right after this, after the 2-minute water break right here. All right, welcome back here to the South Florida Blitz here on FloorHSFootball.com and the FloorHSFootball.com social media networks. And it is time for another round of Blitz Lines. Because we've got more to talk about because there's never enough going around here. And again, a lot going on here. Palm Beach Central also battling for a top seed here as we speak about top seeds here. Palm Beach Central battling for a top seed in Class 7A Region 3. How about this? 27-24 victory over Benjamin. That got them to the number 1 seed. And that also was an aid and help partially by Dr. Phillips losing to Edgewater in week number 9. So, yeah, there's that story right there as we roll along here. Palm Beach Central getting that win with a field goal and then a dramatic field goal with time expiring, and Dr. Phillips losing pretty soundly to Edgewater there. So that kind of flipped things a few little things around there, and Palm Beach Central looking battling for a top seed there in Class 7A Region 3. All right, this is what we were talking about. Kings Academy slipping up against True North, but I think to the Kings Academy defense, here you go. Kings Academy, how about this? 27-20 lost to True North, and what happened? Well, how about 2 touchdowns in the final 10 seconds for True North to stun Kings Academy? I mean, honestly, it couldn't get any crazier than that. Kings Academy having that pretty much a win in hand, and all of a sudden it goes sideways. And man, yes, it was definitely a hard loss there for the Kings Academy Lions there. And man, that was definitely a stunner there as we roll along. All right. As we roll along here, Cardinal Gibbons takes care of business against Boca Raton. There you go. Coach the Bucks. Chiefs 49-14 over Boca Raton. And how about this? Cardinal Gibbons getting off, allowing 30, stringing off, getting off. How about this? 35 points. And the game was tied 14-all in the second quarter, but Chiefs roll off 35 unanswered points, win 49-14. And Boca Raton still definitely not out of the playoff hunt, but definitely impacting where a little bit of where they stand at in their region in Class 7A Region 4. But the good news for Cardinal Gibbons in Class 2A Region 4, how about this? They're sitting at the top spot. I can tell you that right now in their region because of that win and because of a couple other things that have shifted. And, of course, the strength of schedule is starting to come really, really more into shape here as we roll along here with these final weeks left of the 2024 regular season. All right. As we roll along, how about Blanche Ely? All right. Well, there we go. We can get a click there. There we go. Blanche Ely. There we go. All right. As we roll along here, how about Blanche Ely blasting Dillard to win their 4th straight Soul Bowl, 31-7. And how about this? This is really, really, really interesting here in terms of this. How about Amari McNeil? He accounted for 4 touchdowns. How about that? 4 touchdowns, accounting for most of the points for the Tigers. And and Blanche Ely leads the all-time series right in this 29-26, 29 wins, 26 losses, and 1 tie. So, oh boy, there goes Noli. He's saying he really expected more from Dillard, and sure enough, I expected a little bit more from Dillard. I expected a closer contest, but not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. And as we roll along here, how about this one? I'm going to say this. Let me look at my notes here. There we go. I always make a lot of notes here, especially in show planning and everything like that, and making sure that everything is situated as we roll along here. But as we go along, St. Thomas Aquinas. Congratulations, St. Thomas Aquinas, getting the win over Monarch. And how about this? 44-6. Yes. And that is kind of after coming off that loss to Chaminade Madonna in week 8. So the Raiders now sitting there looking a little bit better after coming off that loss. St. Thomas Aquinas now 7-2 on the season. And I got to give it to the Raiders for finally getting some things situated and getting back on the winning side of things. And honestly, about this senior quarterback, Andrew Endorf, 2 touchdowns and threw for a pair of scores. So there you go for St. Thomas Aquinas. And there you go. How about that? St. Thomas Aquinas now 7-2 on the season, 1 game left to play on the season. And Booker T. Washington, they did get a needed victory, and they beat Miami Southridge, who had been really kind of rolling here. And got to kind of give some things here to Booker T. Washington. They stunned Miami Southridge, and it gets them back over 500. Now they're like the number 2 team now in their region in Class 2A Region 4. And how about the final score of in this one here, a 27-14 victory for the Tornadoes over the Spartans. And it was one of those top GMAC games, but not the top GMAC game in terms of everything, but because we're going to talk about 2 more GMAC games here. So how about this one? Miami Northwestern. How about that? Miami Northwestern. Yes, indeed. Teddy Bridgewater, he gets his signature victory, his signature win by beating Columbus in a 23-18 victory. And how about this? I'll tell you this right now. And when we're talking about Miami Central in a moment, I'm really going to tell you this. It's Miami Central, Miami Northwestern in their region in 3A Region 4. And then after that, it is a sharp drop off to number 3. I will tell you, it is the Miami Central is going to Miami Central, Miami Northwestern have the top 2 seats locked up, and we still got a couple weeks left to deal with. That is what is telling you who is going to dominate 3A Region 4. No questions asked. It's Miami. It's the Miami Central and the Miami Northwestern show. There you go. There you go. But yes, Teddy Bridgewater, how about that? Congratulations again, Teddy Bridgewater. Your signature victory already in year number 1. Defending state champion against Columbus. And again, by the way, they were supposed to play a few weeks ago and weather canceled that. They got the rematch. They got get the game scheduled because of the pairings that the GMAC conference gave them. So there you go. All right. How about this? Miami Central sacks Norland in the GMAC title game. And yeah, you better believe it. Ezekiel Marcelin, how about this? How about this? 4 sacks. Yeah, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sacks. And, well, there you go. That is a good question, Reno. And I am going to pull up the sheets here because I do have the sheets here from last week. And yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did get that one for sure wrong on that one with the Miami Central Norland game. I mean, yeah, but Norland, man. Yes. 22-14, the final score between Miami Central and Norland, and now Miami Central 6-1 on the season. Norland is make sure that I'm reading the record correctly here. I'll make sure that I've got it right here. Miami Central actually should be 7-1, I believe, in Miami Northwestern 5-3, but Miami Norland is now also Miami Norland now 6-2 on the season. So a lot of people that are thinking, good question from Coach DeBuck here that just popped in, and seating it's the way it's been what was last year. Actually, I should say the last 2 years. All right. As we roll along here, last 2 years. So the seating will work. It's 1 through 8, and if you're in the top 4 in the district champ, you're going to be hosting. If it's district champ versus district champ, so the higher seeded district champ would host. If it's at-large team in the top 4 and you're a district champ in the 5 to 8 range, you would be hosting the at-large team that is seeded 1 through 4. If it's at-large versus at-large, higher seed host. And again, if it's district champ versus district champ, higher seeded district champ would host. So that is how seeding would work. So right now, Coach, for you, you're sitting there in the number 1 seed there in your region, and you'd be hosting regardless because, hey, win your district. So there you go. All righty then. How about that? We've time to we got to get some more water here. So it is time for water break number 2 here as we roll along here with the South Florida Blitz. We'll come back. If you got any questions, comments, anything, pop them in the box wherever you're watching this at: Facebook, X/Twitter, YouTube. We'll have that. Then we'll have the pick 6 for week 10. Yep, there you go. They won the district there, Cardinal Gibbons. So they're gonna host a playoff game. I'll tell you that right now. Anyways, we'll be right back after this 2-minute water break right here on the South Florida Blitz. All right, welcome back here to the South Florida Blitz. If you got any questions, comments, or anything to pop in the box, you can just pop that wherever you're watching this out on Facebook, YouTube, or X/Twitter, and we'll pop that up here. But we're getting ready for the pick 6 here, and I will tell you this right now as we get ready for the pick 6. If you want to play along, you want to put your picks into the ring of fire, as I would call it, yes. You can make those picks as we roll along with these 6 games. So pull your pick, you get your picks out, get your whatever you're ready, get your popcorn out for this, because I'll tell you what, we're going to have a lot of fun with the pick 6 in a moment. But if you got any questions, comments, anything that you're wondering about, just hit us up in the comment box. And all right. How about this? Rena says, Mark, there is no tired in football. Ooh, I love this. I love it. I really love it. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. As we get ready for the road along here, how about this? Yes. Yes, we indeed can do this. We are going to do this. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, there's the music. I was looking for the music. I don't know why it wasn't coming up on the board for a moment, but it's there. It's that time. We all know what time it is. It's time for the Pick Six. And as we roll along here, maybe me tired, Reno? Me tired? No. And Nolly's laughing. Yeah. Y'all laughing. Yeah. Anyways, I was 5-1 last week. Hey, Reno, who played along, was 2-4. Yeah, Reno. American Heritage both got Lakeland Christian both got us on that one. How about this? Yeah, we know about the game against Central Norland. Columbus got you, and Boca Raton got you. Well, but I can't tell you in the North Florida Blitz, it looks. Hey, you're learning. Hey, it is. You're learning the South Florida teams. I give it to you. But I will tell you, in the North Florida Blitz, it does look much better. I will promise you that. So, all right, let's roll along here. All right, I'm 30-21 on the season in the South Florida Blitz. I'm getting closer to 60%. So, hey, good. I will tell you that right now. That's getting a little much more better improvement there as we roll along. All right, up first, Kings Academy 7-1 at Glade Central. Everybody thought this might be a battle of undefeated teams coming in to week number 10. Unfortunately, that is not the case, as you saw as we were going through the Blitz lines. And, well, as we roll along to in that one, honestly, Glade Central got to go out to the muck and play this game. And Kings Academy, there's going to go one of two ways for the Lions. Either you're going to dwell in this that you lost that game with giving up 2 touchdowns into the final 10 seconds, or you're going to be prepared and you're going to be able to battle Glade Central, who's coming off of basically a close victory over Sebring. But Glade Central really, really rolling here. And as we roll with the picks here, my pick, I know what Reno's pick is, and I'll let Reno pop up in the comments as well, but I already know what his pick is when we talked earlier about this. But I am rolling with Glade Central here for the pick here, and we've already got picks rolling, I think. But honestly, yeah, he's saying Kings Academy. He thinks Kings Academy will learn off the loss, and they will win that game here. And but we've got some other people saying Mark Cannon's going Glade Central. Nolly is going with the muck, and we will see how that turns out here, both for Kings Academy and Glade Central this week for both of those teams. All right. How about this? This is for the District 7A11 Championship. Treasure Coast 2-6 at Vero Beach 4-3. All right, everybody's going to say, Mark Hannah's like, Kings will learn, all right. Oh, boy. Woo, the chat getting hot. Getting hot. Yes, they hot. All right. Treasure Coast 2-6 at Vero Beach 4-3. It's for the District 7A11 Championship. Question is, as Vero Beach, are they a little rusty for not playing in the last few weeks? Treasure Coast, all right, 2 wins in a row, but both of them district games. This is a little tough one. I mean, I like to think that Treasure Coast's firepower, getting on fire here, would do them good, but maybe the rest helps Vero Beach here. Maybe a little banged up. Honestly, I'm gonna roll with the Fighting Indians to win there at the Citrus Bowl. Not the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, the Citrus Bowl, which is the stadium name for the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. And as we wait for the other picks to come rolling in here, I got to give it the Treasure Coast, trying to really kind of get something going here after starting the season 0-6. But, I got to give it, it's a tough schedule. And, but Treasure Coast, honestly, I'll tell you this. They did move up in their region in the playoff rankings after that second win. I will tell you that right now. The question is, can that maintain for Treasure Coast to make the playoffs if they lose to Vero Beach? That is the biggest question, but you'll have to wait until the Drive the State show to learn more. All right, Reno is going with Vero wins after some well-needed rest with the extra week. It gives them confidence to win. Well, I think everybody's going to be in agreement here with Vero Beach. Mark Cannon's going Vero. Nully is going Vero. And with that said, but Reno's saying, but that's 2 wins. That's not enough steam forward to move forward. Well, that is the question mark. We'll see what happens here. When these two meet for a district championship, it's been battle, and it's been a history of battle over the last 5 to 6 years when they have met for district title games. And but I can tell you this right now, as we're looking at it, they're sitting there right in the thick of the playoff mix, and they actually have gone up into playoff rankings. So we'll see what happens here this week. All right, game number 3. We have Piper 7-0 at Monarch 4-3, and Piper. Looking at these two teams here, Monarch, man, you're coming off that loss against St. Thomas Aquinas. Are you fired up? Is Piper the real deal? Some people think Piper is kind of like a group of 5 team type situation. You know, are they really for real? Are they really got it in them? You know what? I got to give it to you. You know what? Piper has been playing some really good football. I mean, their biggest win was against Blanchili, who Blanchili beat Madonna. This is why Piper is steadily sitting there in the mix and sitting there in the top 2-3 in their region and in Class 6A. And actually, I will say this: they're sitting, in the top 3 in their region in Class 6A, Region 4. So, with that said, you're going to see that I am going to be rolling with Piper, and it looks like in the chat, it's going to be Piper all the way, as Reno says. No road game will scare them. Monarch will turn into the butterfly they are. Ooh, you got some lines there, Reno. I like that. And Mark Cannon is like Piper, and then Noli is like Piper as well. So, with that said, Piper it is, and we roll into our 4th game. Plantation 5-3 versus Norland 6-2, and question is, can Plantation wreak havoc on their district, which is 4A District 15. In 4A 15, the question is this. You got Miami Norland, you got American Heritage, you've got Plantation, you've got Archbishop McCarthy. I mean, honestly, at this particular point here, Plantation, you look at you try to dissect Plantation a little bit more, and honestly, I'm telling you right now, Plantation is kind of like, what are you going to get each week? It's like kind of a Jekyll and Hyde situation, and I just don't trust Plantation to go out and be able to pull off a big upset and create havoc in the district and create havoc in the region. And with that said, I am going with the Vikings after them giving up 4 sacks last week. I get it, but I'm going with Norland here. And as we Reno is asking, do I trust Norland to be tired, not to be tired? That is the question. They really can't come into this one not be tired, because Plantation wins. It creates some havoc in their district. And Mark Cannon's going Norland, and Noli is going Norland. And, honestly, Reno is, at the end of the day, he's going Norland. And Mark Cannon is like, Norland, Reno, Norland. I love it. You guys are firing me up here. All right. Let's roll into Blanche Ely at Coconut Creek as for the 5th game. Blanche Ely 6-2, Coconut Creek 3-3. Again, most likely another district title here on the line here. I'm telling you, Tigers, I think the Tigers are going to beat the Cougars. It's honestly, Blanche Ely has just been doing, and they're rolling off that big win in the Soul Bowl against Dillard. They're fired up. Oh, we can beat Dillard. We're going to beat Coconut Creek, and that's my feeling, my gut feeling. I am going with the Ely Tigers to win this week. And Noli is saying, Ely, I'm hoping I'm not burned by this one. Well, I think, you know what? And Mark Cannon is saying Blanche Ely, and Reno's like, you put the lime in the coconut. Oh my goodness! I hope it lets me do this as I do this. Let me see if I can do this here. Hold on, I gotta pop this because I'm laughing too hard here. I'm just laughing too hard. If I can pull this up here, yeah, I'm laughing. All right, as we roll along here with what we got left of the pick six here, we got one more game here. And yes, Cardinal Gibbons 5-2, Shaman Madonna. I know some people are asking me why Shaman Madonna, but you know what? Gotta give Cardinal Gibbons some credit here. Gotta give them what they're doing. They've won a district title. They played one of the best football games of the season last week against Boca Raton. You know, that gives them the chance to fire up and play Shaman Madonna. Okay, if Blanche Ely can beat them in overtime, if teams can play close games with the Lions, why can't the Chiefs? But I feel like it's just one of those situations. It's when you look at the depth of the rosters, it definitely leans to Shaman Madonna. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Coach DeBuck. I know you're watching, but I have to take Shaman in this. It's just the depth of the roster. I think that's going to be, I just think that might just be a little bit right there. And as everybody said, Mark Cannon saying nay, boys, and Shaman Madonna. You mean the Chiefs all the way? No, are you serious, Reno? Are you serious? Are you serious, Reno? It's the Chiefs, by the way, not the Cardinals. You're thinking Cardinal Gibbons, but yes. Are you serious? Are you serious, Reno? Because Dudley's saying Shaman Madonna is the team to beat in Broward. Oh, you're going underdog. So, all right, Cardinal Gibbons for you it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see what happens. All right. I'm pretty sure I'll get a phone call from Coach DeBuck after this. All right. As we roll up, that is the pick six for week number 10. And final thoughts, big week this week, and they will all come out to play. Yes, indeed, they will, Reno. They will. Well, boy, I say this is the second to last week of the season, but it's not. It's the third to last week. Ah! What else is in that coconut? I don't want to know. I don't know. Do I want to know? But anyways, try to keep it family friendly here as well. Anyways, but as we roll along here, yes, indeed, we are wrapping up the South Florida Blitz. I appreciate everybody joining us here. We'll get ready for the North Florida Blitz coming up here just a little bit at 8:30 or just slightly after, and then we'll be getting ready for the Drive the State show around 9:30 or so. Stay tuned here right here on the FloridaHSFootball.com social media networks for the North Florida Blitz coming up next, and then the Drive the State show coming up after that. We'll see you then. We'll see you soon right here. And thank you for watching the South Florida Blitz. Good night, everybody.